Look at now the concept of potential energy. Potential energy. What we go now? The concept of potential energy. So what actually mean by potential energy? So we know already the potential concept we know. So what actually mean by potential energy? Potential energy is nothing but the energy stored when we do the work to bring what now? And charge now. We're especially discussing about what now? Electrostatic potential energy. What type of potential energy? Electrostatic potential energy. Now let us take some charge here, Q. Now this is some point, let us take P. And from infinity, I'm going to bring what a unit positive charge from where? From infinity to where? Now to this location. Where? So it is having a potential what now? Vp. And potential at infinity will be taken as 0. Okay, difference in potential that we know already. Difference in potential always we take with reference to what now? At infinity. With reference to infinity. That is usually taken as conventional 0 potential point. Okay, so this is now we know already that the work done will be stored in the form of potential energy will become V into Q. So we know already that is V is what now? That is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught times of the distance what we taken. If it is R, okay, R into Q. So this will become Q into Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R. That is the work done. So whatever the work we are doing will be stored in the form of what now? Potential energy. We indicate with the U symbol that is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R. Like this it is there. Now if you look at potential energy due to a system of charges, 2 charges, 3 charges, 4 charges, like that. So if you look at for system of charges, like if you've taken a 2 charges, one charge is here Q1, one charge here is Q2, then what is the potential energy? Simply directly we can write U equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1, Q2 divided by distance between them R. If you have taken R it is. Okay, now potential energy. Sir, what if I have a 3 now? There is a one more charge is there now. Let us take this Q3. And it's a distance, let us take this is R1 now. This is R2. And distance from Q1 to Q3 is, let us say, R3. System of 3 charges now. This I'm doing now when an external electric field is how much? 0. We didn't even apply any external electric field that case. Now for 3 system of charges, we take like this now. U equal to, simple I'm telling you, just go for firm combinations. How many different combinations we can do from these 3 charges? Like that it is. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. First thing, I can do first combination Q1, Q2. So I'll write Q1, Q2, distance between them is R1, R1. Plus, I can make Q2, Q3 combination. So Q2, Q3, your distance between them is how much? R2. Plus, there is one more possible combination is there, that is Q1, Q3. So it is Q1, Q3 by distance between them R2. So this is potential energy due to system of 3 charges. Sir, if they give 4, again continuation process. Do maximum number of possible combinations, like that. It is in the absence of external electric field. Sir, what if electric field is not equal to 0? Means in the presence of electric field. So what will be the formula? Now we need to see now. Formula for what now? Potential energy. That what we are going to get now. Let us see now the formula for potential energy in the presence of what now? In the presence of external electric field will be directly I'm writing now. I'm not going to do derivation. Initially, in the case of here, to bring first charge, whether we need to do any work done, no work done, right? So, but in the second case now, in this case here, whenever I want to bring a first charge in the region of electric field here, so there is some point here, let us take P. I want to bring Q1 from where now? From infinity to this point, I should do the work done. Against what now? Against the electric field here. How to get the work done? The potential at this point multiplied by which charge over to bring. Like W equal to potential at this point and the charge we have brought Q1. Plus, I want to bring second charge here, Q2, to point what we call P prime. So I should do the work against to water. Here let us take potential V1 and this point is potential V2. I should do the work done against to the initial charge Q1 what we brought and against to the potential at this point. So it will be what now? It will be V2 into Q2 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by distance between them, let us say R. Okay, like this is for what? Two charges. Like if I bring third charge, okay, for three charges, if I bring somewhere here in the electric field and this will continue, it will become what? Initially it is V1, right? V1 Q1 V2 Q2 at some point here, let us say V3, and you bring Q3, it will become what now? For that it will become total work done is equal to V1 Q1 plus V2 Q2 plus third charge V3 Q3 plus now possible combination for three charges. This is above. We need to include that one now. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is Q1 Q2 divided by distance R1 we take. No, let us take R1 now. R1 plus Q1 Q3 divided by distance between them. Let us take like this. R3 and distance between these, let us take R2. It will be R3 plus Q2 Q3 divided by R2 like this. So of course, whatever the work we are going to do will be stored in the form of potential energy. So this is the one thing you need to remember. Here, what you need to remember, sir, additionally. Okay. What we should do, remember, sir, additionally here means here. One more additional thing you need to know about the unit of energy, that is electron volt. Let us go for next slide. Yes. Here, 1 electron volt, this you need to know. So what actually 1 electron volt? 1 electron volt is nothing but the amount of work done to move a charge through a potential difference of 1 volt. Through what now? Through a potential difference of 1 volt. And this is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule. Okay, it is equal to what now? 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joule. This is a unit of energy. Unit of energy. When we use this one, for smaller units we use. For what now? You use for smaller units we use. Okay. This is the one thing you need to remember. Next, let us say now, if you take a dipole, like we are taking a system of charges. Let us take now what? A dipole. Keep it in where now? Uniform electric field. Like this, there is a uniform electric field is there. There is a uniform electric field is there. In this uniform electric field, what we are going to do? We are going to place a dipole. Okay. So this always we know, right, is positive side, this is negative side, because electric field is start from positive end. So this we are going to keep minus Q charge and they're going to give plus Q charge, and these two are what now? Separated by a distance of 2a. Now this is the center, let us take. Now we are going to rotate this dipole from one angle to other angle. Let us take this is now theta 1 and I'll rotate to some other angle like this here. So now this angle become what now? Theta 2. Now what is the amount of work done now? Amount of work done is given by what formula? That is integration from where to where? Theta 1 to theta 2 tau into d theta. Tau means torque acting. That is what we got formula. PE sin theta. If we inside it will become theta 1 to theta 2 PE sin theta into d theta. So if we simplify this one, you get what now? You get PE outside, it will become cos theta with what sign? With a negative sign. Yes or no? Why it is negative sign? Because we know integration of sin theta d theta is minus cos theta. This we derived in the regular classes. Yes or no? From where to where? Theta 1 to theta 2. Now it will become minus PE cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. We took this negative sign outside. So by inserting the upper limit minus lower limit, now we put negative sign inside, it will become just PE cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So this is the amount of work done. Whatever work done will be doing in the form of what? Potential energy. So theta 1, theta value, we can, if the given, we can continue. But usually there is a convention is that usually we start rotating a dipole from 90 degree. So we start theta 1, we always take 90 degree, it is just a convention. And theta 2, we are going to rotate to where now? Some other angle, let's say theta. If you insert, this potential energy become what now? Minus PE cos theta. So this is the condition. But remember, when you're solving the questions, you need to look at theta 1, theta 2. Please try to use the maximum time this question, this equation, because try to identify from where to where. Related to this one question we have done already. Okay, so that's a very important thing here you need to remember. Okay, here one more thing you need to remember here, that is how does the force related to potential energy. So the force that is always equal to negative potential gradient. Force is always equal to what? No, negative potential gradient. So we can take like this, force is equal to minus d by dr of P dot E. Because U means we know P, no, right? P into E for a maximum case. So like that, if P is always constant, so it will become minus P into d by dr of electric field. This equation prefer for many cases. Okay, so this concept you should remember, like how does this electric field is a negative potential gradient, like that force is a negative potential energy gradient. Okay, so this is about the potential energy due to a dipole due to system of charges. Now to understand some of the properties of electrostatics of conductor. What actually the properties? I'm briefly telling that some four properties, that is electrostatics of conductor. What are the properties of electrostatics of conductors? First property, let's say now. First property. So now imagine now we are taking now metal conductor kept in uniform electric field. Like there is uniform electric field. So E, in this uniform electric field, what we are going to do? We are going to place a metal conductor like any shape like this. We are going to place now. Let us see what will happen now. The cases now. So what will happen? The field strength inside, electric field inside, it will automatically become zero. Why it automatically become zero? Because look at this, is positive end, this is negative end. Inside the conductor, electrons are there which are free. So now what will happen? They start rearranging. So all electrons will get attracted this side, and all positive charge will leave behind here. So there is an electric field developed in this direction. That is, let us say, induced electric field E naught. That is always equal to this applied electric field. But in what direction? In the case of opposite direction, for what now? Conductors. That's the reason both will cancel each other. The net electric field, that is applied electric field, let us say EA, this will come this side, it will become plus. Induced electric field, let us say now EI, let us say EI, that must be equal to 0. Okay, sum of those two will become equal to 0. So electric field inside is how much now? 0. Sir, what if the charge now? Second property. Charge always resides only on the outer surface now here. Charge reside on where now? On outer surface. Outer surface. It is whatever charge is there now on outer surface, that is what we call always excess charge. Because electrically it is neutral inside. Inside already we know the charge is also 0. It is electrical neutral. Whatever thing is there, that is excess charge. Now, sir, what about the electric field? Okay, if I give a charge to this, okay, let us take now a conductor and I given a charge to this. Positive charge, let's say now. So inside charge is 0 because of rearrangement, and electric field is 0. Because of outside there is a positive charge, there must be electric field, and this electric field always normal to the given surface. Any surface you take, okay, this surface if you take, it will be like this. Okay, let us take now at this point, it will be like this. It is always make how much angle now? 90 degree with respect to given surface. Sir, what if it makes some other angle now? Let us say if it make like this now. This is equal to 90 degrees, no, right? So I need to draw two things. One is E perpendicular and one more is E parallel. So because of E parallel, what will happen? No, it is not actually correct representation of parallel and perpendicular. Let this, yeah. So E perpendicular will be like this now, and E parallel will be like this. So because of this E parallel component, the what is charge here, it is going to start experiencing a force, that is force equal to charge multiplied by E parallel component. Then this charge will start move. So as charge start move, what will happen? We get a current. So, but it is not possible in reality. Okay, that's the reason there is no parallel component. There is always perpendicular component. Since electric field is zero, what is the potential inside? That is constant. How much, sir? It is equal to the potential at the surface. How much surface potential is there now? That much will be there. Okay, that is the one more property. Potential V remains what now? Remains constant. And electric field E is always perpendicular to surface. Perpendicular to the surface. Okay, and these are the properties. And now, since I'm going to create a cavity now, like this, I'm going to create a cavity. So since I'm going to create a cavity, what will happen? This cavity where inside electric field is zero. This is what we call electrostatic shielding. This is one of the important property you need to remember. This is what we call shielding. What is the meaning of shielding? We are shielding any instrument which are going to keep inside the cavity, which is free from electrical field influence. Like if you have any operators, like sir, it is very sensitive to electric field. I need to keep it in electric field free region. So create a cavity. This is the main lightning means like how the cars. That is the saying is there. It is scientifically proved also even. It is safe to sit inside the car when there is a thunderstorm instead of standing under the tree. Aisa no, because what will happen? Like if you're inside the car, the outer surface will become like a cavity form. And always the tires are made little electric in nature, so it will pass the charge to the ground. So ground, of course, we know it is a huge conductor. Okay, by adding a 1 spoon of like it is like a sea, adding 1 spoon of salt or removing a 1 spoon of salt from the sea, or you can say a salt water more particularly, does not, it doesn't make any change in the level of sea. Okay, like that it is. Okay, so this is about what now? Electrostatics of conductors. Now, if you look at this, instead of keeping a conductor inside the electric field, sir, what if I do a insulator? What if I do insulator? Let us see that case now. Let us see what will happen in the case of what now? Insulator. That is what we call now dielectrics. Okay, let us look at the concept of what now? Concept of dielectrics. Dielectrics are about what now? These are like insulators. But the thing is, we are going to use this dielectric to increase capacitance of a capacitor. Capacitance of capacitor, to increase capacitance of a capacitor. That's the reason we call dielectric. There are two types of dielectric, we know. What are those two types of dielectric? Polar and non-polar dielectrics. So polar dielectric means they possess permanent dipole moment. So P is not equal to 0. Non-polar means permanent dipole moment is not there, dipole moment is 0. Okay, that's the thing. Example here, what now? H2O. Here is example what now? CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay, now what if, sir, if I take this non-polar dielectric, P stands for here what now? Dipole moment. Dipole moment. What is the direction of dipole moment? Direction of dipole moment from negative to positive charge. What is the unit of dipole moment? Unit of dipole moment is what now? Unit of P is Coulomb meter. What is the formula for dipole moment? Q into 2A. Means if I say any one word, Related to that all history you need to come here, right? Like okay, dipole moment, this is the one thing, this is the okay, like history need to come. That is what we call recapitulation. And now what we do, we just take this one dielectric, we place in where now uniform electric field, like this. Like I'm going to take a plate and I'm going to give one is positive charge, one is negative charge, and this is the direction of what now? Direction of electric field. Now in this electric field, what I'm going to do, I'm going to place a conductor, a dielectric. That is nothing but what now? Insulator I'm going to place. Now let us see what will happen. So since because we're going to place, there is an induced electric field inside it. So this will become what now? This will become negatively charged. This side is become what now? Negatively charged. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute, students. Yes. And this is become what now? This is become positive. Now, applied electric field initially it was like this. Let us say E naught. And there is an induced electric field. What is the direction now? It will be in this direction. But the thing is here, let us say induced. And these two, of course, they are opposite direction, but not equal. But not equal. Okay, they are opposite direction, but not equal. Sir, why it is not equal? The main reason is this is what type of material it is. It is dielectric, sir. Inside electrons are not free, sir. They cannot move as they wish. Only outer surface they are going to experience, and inner also they are going to experience, but mutual will be cancelled. Okay, so then the net electric field I can say like this: net electric field is developed is how much it is applied electric field minus induced electric field. Okay, now this is the case. Now here, one thing you need to make sure very clear. This is what now the resultant of net electric field, which is left now. Net electric field, which is left now this much. Okay, so now let us say now. So as we insert a dielectric, of course, is having a dielectric constant K. What will happen to the electric field actually? So we know already, we know some formulas. Electric field due to any reason E is given by what formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So if you place a dielectric in that medium, what will happen? It will become what now? E prime, that is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught times of K times of R, right? Where K is also called as epsilon R. Then if you take the ratio, it will become what now? E dash equal to what now? Okay, E dash by E, that is equal to, we say what now? We say here it is inversely proportional, right? It is like a 1 by K. Then a new electric field will become E by K. Now I'm going to use this concept now. This new electric field here, this let us say now E, what we have taken now, that is become now what now? E naught by K because of the dielectric. Okay, and since electric field is reducing, what will happen to potential? Potential also become what now? Initial potential divided by K times. Okay, this is both are going to reduce when you use. And if I look at this equation, so it will be EI. I need to calculate induced electric field. It will be E naught minus E. So if I use these values here, this is E naught as it is, minus E means what now? It is E naught by K. Then E naught times of 1 minus 1 by K, that is the value of induced electric field. Okay, this is the value of what now? Induced electric field. Okay,